Next important news is, this is a lot of facts. I should tell you, 30 people drowned per hour, says 22, says WHO. So this is the first report of World Health Organization on drowning people. So, and if you go in details, most of the people who drown are children. They are around 23 to 24%, and 30 people are drowning every 1 hour. Okay, so this is the first report on drowning. So let's understand some important facts related to, or the UPSC prelims impact of World Health Organization. It is the United Nations Specialized Agency on Health, and it came in 1948. Headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. 194 member states, 150 country offices, and 6 regional offices are there. It is an intergovernmental organization. That means the government of countries are represented there, and they are represented by Ministry of Health basically. So WHO does major programs with all over the country with the Ministry of Health, whichever Ministry of Health each country has. So, and works in collaboration with its member state, usually through Ministry of Health. So our Ministry of Health and WHO would be collaborating and putting the programs. So it also provides leadership on global health matters. If you remember, in COVID, they came with, what are the precautions to be taken, what are the medicines to be taken, how you can avoid COVID, and if you get COVID, what are the things you need to follow. If you remember, WHO was a lot on news when COVID virus of Wuhan virus was in the news. So leadership on global health matters, shaping health research agenda, setting norms and standard, articulating evidence-based policy option. Evidence-based policy means that they would be doing scientific research, and on the basis of scientific research, conclusions would be made on a diseases and what steps can be taken, what policy matters can be done, and then they would circulate it, and then it is up to the country that they want to follow it or not. Providing technical support to countries if they need it, monitoring and assessing what are the upcoming health trends. It began functioning on April 7th, 1948, and this is also celebrated as the World Health Day. So let's move towards the news. Okay, so WHO, drowning prevention and global burden of drowning. So WHO has come up with a report, published it. First of all, it's the first report. Okay, so in the exam it might come second report or third report or 10th report. No, it is the first time they have come up with this report. Global status report on drowning prevention in Geneva. Report reveals that 3 lakh people died by drowning in 2021. So from 2021, the numbers might have increased. So 2021, 3 lakh people died, which is basically 30 people per hour are dying. The finding highlights that drowning disproportionately affect low and middle income countries. Obviously, they do not have rail guard. They don't, they don't have, this kind of parameters to stop it, and with poor and marginalized communities being the most vulnerable, because they might not have these resources also, and the drowning instances increases. First case is that. Second case also tells is that the number of these deaths are in these areas a lot compared to the European or the Western countries. Okay. So if you go through the number, the report was, okay, the report was developed by World Health Assembly Resolution 76.18 2023, funded by Bloomberg Initiative or Bloomberg Philanthropist. It underscores the importance of coordinated efforts to tackle broad range of risk factors associated with drowning, when people die of drowning, and that these are the people who funded this report. So important comment has come. The Murdeshwar tragedy, where children drowned due to strong currents, highlight the need for lifeguards, warning signs, safety awareness, barricades, and quick emergency response needs to prevent it. Absolutely correct, Parikshit, you are right. So when we talk about these low and middle income countries, or for that matter even India and Southeast Asia or South Asia, the problem is that there are no funds, and even people who are experts in that, they are also not available, which comes to lifeguard, warning signs, safety awareness, barricades, quick emergency responses, they are not available. So amount of funding or focus needs to be there, or department needs to be created, or organization needs to be created which focuses specifically on this. So if you see, 92% of drowning deaths occur in low and middle income countries. See, the number is high, with Southeast Asia region including India accounting for 83,000 deaths, or 28% of the global total. So Southeast Asia including India, that is the, where Southeast Asia including India is accounting for 28% of the global deaths, while drowning deaths have declined. They have declined over a period since 2000, progress has been uneven. And again, progress will happen what Parikshit has just wrote in terms of then you put effort, barricading, experts needs to be there, organization needs to be there, focus needs to be there. So WHO European saw a 68% decline, whereas Southeast Asia region experienced 48% reduction. Why European region reduction is more? Obviously because of all the parameters which we have discussed, from barricading to the life saving, lifeguards, all these resources they have been able to put. So WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, please remember it, it's a factual information. World Health Director General DG Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus emphasized using the report to raise awareness, guide strategies and track progress in drowning prevention. So this report is an eye-opening report, that this report is giving you data on this. These states and countries can work, they can make parameters, they can make their policy alignment and definitely focus on these drowning issues. So children under 5, children under 5 accounted for the largest share of drowning deaths, 24%. So again, so children, how this can be resolved, we'll come to that also. So children aged 5 to 14, 19% of the death. Young people aged 15 to 29, 14% of the death. Drowning is the 4th largest cause of death for children aged 1 to 4. This also tells that in European countries in America, they try to teach their swimming to these children at a very early age. So if that is done, the number of deaths can be reduced. And preschool, the preschool facilities, if available in the region, will also help in reducing it. Okay, otherwise drowning is the 4th leading cause, and if we don't work it, it is a matter of time, it will become 3rd or 2nd. So we need to focus to reduce this, otherwise the 24% number is in front of you. Okay, so the report notes the actual members may be underestimated due to, obviously this is also a point, that this 3 lakh number which we have got for 2021, this might be actually less, the number might be 4 lakh or 5 lakh, but we do not have the data, we do not have the correct data, because that data might not have been maintained. And the data also not includes the the flooding data, when flood happens or flash flood happens, or there's some transport incident, primarily due to lack of accurate data maintained by the government. So climate change increases the risk of flooding. So climate change increases the risk of flooding. Climate change increases the risk of cyclones. Climate change increases the risk of hurricanes and typhoons and everything. So more of these tropical cyclones to typhoons and everything, more flooding. And if more flooding happens, the number of deaths due to drowning might increase. So this is not a good news. We need to work. So climate change is also increasing the pressure to take reforms. So almost all drowning deaths are preventable. This is a very important statement given by WHO, that all these deaths are preventable if calculative and importantly steps are taken to reduce it. So evidence-based interventions are being implemented in countries, but obviously not every country is implementing at the right level. 33% of countries have national programs to train bystanders in safe rescue and resuscitation, but only 33% of the countries. So remaining of the countries, no programs. Only 22% of the countries integrate swimming and water safety training into school curriculum. This has to be included. When you include swimming, when you include programs like water safety training, number of drowning cases will automatically come down. If you don't, then these cases will be increasing. But again, the sorry state of affairs is that it is only in 20 states. So 22% of the countries. The report suggests that providing daycare for preschool children, daycare should be there, and teaching basic swimming could significantly reduce drowning deaths, specifically when the number of children under 5 years is 24%. The majority of the deaths which are coming from the children. So in this case, preschool and swimming, these are two important factors. If we inculcate in our curriculum or teach children, the deaths can be reduced. So urgency and future projection: if current trends continue, over 7.2 million people, mainly children, could die due to drowning by 2050. So if we do not care about us, at least we need to care about for the coming generation and children. Otherwise, this is going nowhere. And in the recent past, in November, we had discussed, climate change, then we had discussed marine biodiversity and many other environmental programs. Majority, the problem is that either the funds are not coming, or most of the government all over the world focuses on wars or economy or development. But you need to realize that development, economy and countries would only be You know, there is a future only if your children would be there. Otherwise, you know, if you do not work on climate change, if you do not work on marine biodiversity, if you do not work on these, take these reports seriously, things do not look very positive for the world. It is important that we take these the upcoming situation which is happening in environment seriously and work towards it. Okay. So obviously you need political will and investment to resolve it. So addressing the complex health issue, collaborating with multiple sectors, government needs to align legislation and enforcement with the scale of challenge. Initiatives such as daycare services, school-based swimming training, and quality data collection. So if the government start working on these three at least, that is daycare services for children, swimming in the curriculum in the school, and data collection. Then also once you start collecting data, you would also be able to identify where the drowning cases are more and what can be done to stop it. So in this context, it's very important. So we have a question here. WHO report states that drowning deaths have decreased globally by 38% since, okay, correct. Drowning is the second, it's not the second, it's the fourth leading cause of death for children. WHO report emphasizes that almost all drowning deaths are preventable. Okay, so 1 and 3 are right. A is the correct answer to this question. Thank you for watching this video. For complete video, please watch Daily Decodes, and the link to that video is given in the description. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. And do press the bell icon for all the updates.